Hey guys, back on the Cub Cadet Predator repower project for my buddy. Got some time to work on it here after Christmas finally. Now you'll see that the engine is on the floor again, even though I said it was permanently mounted. And that's because I realized something I did wasn't going to work. I had the shaft, which I now got turned down. There's more taken off of there so I could slide the pulley on farther. I had the shaft just sitting on top of the fan here, which normally the dog cup, which would be this, which the recoil would grab a hold of, it'd normally be connected to that still. This would sit down on top and be held down by the flywheel nut and hold the fan down. And it had the same triangular cutout as this piece, the fan did. Well, I was just gonna have the shaft just sandwich it. And I got to thinking after a while, that's gonna wear into the plastic. The bolts will come loose, it'll wobble, it'll break stuff, not good. So I thought, okay, cut this, bolted this down, tried to get it as level as possible, and bolted the shaft on top of it, weeble wobbled like a son of a gun. So I said, okay, I'm gonna eliminate all the possible problems, and this way the only way it'll still have a problem is if either the surface on the flywheel is not quite right or the holes are off center. Well, the holes are ever so slightly off center, so the shaft wobbles the tiniest little bit. But other than re-engineering this entire flywheel, I don't know what else to do. It will be fine. So now I'm thinking, oh, I gotta hold the flywheel or the fan down somehow. So I took the shroud off and I drilled holes and tapped them and used machine screws, not sheet metal screws, actual, they're just like a regular bolt, except they have a screw head, 1224 thread, and they're held down with 2. And they're Loctite on these bolts, blue Loctite, because red's a little extreme for that, I think, and blue Loctite on those. So now I can put the son of a gun back in the tractor. And here is the drive shaft that showed up. This end's right. It slips on there. Kind of. There we go. Slips on. However, it is unfortunately not quite long enough, so I'm going to take and cut these welds, slip this out, and go get a longer piece of square, which it's not perfectly square, it's more like rectangular, so that you can only put it in 2 ways so that the U-joints will line up. And this, unfortunately, has a splined end, which was not told to me, but that's okay. I think I'm just going to drill this out, drive a bushing in that has a 5/8 hole, and I'll just drill a hole that goes straight through that way, or I'll just take advantage of this hole here, drill through there, drill straight through the other side for the roll pin to go through. If it was good enough for the factory drive shaft, it ought to be good enough for this. Maybe I'll even run a couple some of my guns, or I'll see if I can find this end with a 5/8 hole. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm going to put the engine back in, and then we'll go from there. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you my clean toolbox and the solution to getting the drive shaft adapted from the Predator engine to the Cub Cadet transmission. Now, you can't get, some of you may know, you need a 5/8. The input shaft of the transmission is 5/8. Here's a 7/8 hole 6N U-joint yoke. Here's a 7/8 OD 5/8 ID sleeve. That, just one moment. Here, let's see if I can do this. Well, kind of, you can kind of see. You slip in here. This hole is drilled for the set screw. This hole, or these holes, are drilled for the roll pin. Oh, you gotta put it in the right way. It slips in like so. And we'll take it over to the tractor. Anyway, I drilled this Now I just eyeballed this, and no drill press or anything, and I just happened to get it perfect. But I measured, and re-measured, and you can see there's a gap between the transmission and the yoke. It's enough of an interference fit that it holds it pretty solid, and we don't quite catch all of the shaft if you look down the hole there. See if I can get the light into it. But it's hard to see. Oh yeah, see the shaft kind of ends before the set screw hole ends. But it's going to be enough that I can get a set screw in there and get it pinched on, and I drilled the hole big enough in the sleeve, the adapter sleeve, so that the set screw goes all the way through and in onto the shaft of the transmission. So I'm not just pinching the sleeve, I'm pinching the shaft and the transmission. And yes, Cub Cadet Gurus, that bolt is coming out and I'm putting a roll pin in. So stay tuned while I get this done, which I have to put that U-joint in that yoke and then put it on there. So stay tuned. Maybe a test drive to come. Oh crap. Bolin's drive shaft U-joint, tractor supply yoke U-joints don't intercommingle. Look. Yeah. So, oh well, that's what you get when you're doing custom stuff. So, alright, got some more head scratching to do. Hey kids, Paul B parts saved the day. Much cheaper than tractor ship ply. So anyway, this is the tractor ship ply yoke that I built to go on the transmission. Actually got the right freaking U-joints, and they are the same. This is the new one to go on the engine. This is the new one to hook on the one on the engine and fit on there, and I'll weld that on then. So the big hold up was the slip yoke. I'm not sure if I ordered the wrong thing or they just sent the wrong thing, and right now I don't care. I called, it's Monday now, I called Paul B, said hey, there's a goof, somehow I ended up with this, I wanted a yoke, a slip yoke. He said, oh, no problem. It's on its way. When it shows up, ship this back to the address you received it from with a note in the slip. It says, hey, there's a problem. Can I get my money back for this part? Here's my phone number. So, yeah. So hopefully when this shows up later this week, the correct one with the yoke, I can actually get that stupid son of a bitchin' tractor driving. Because holy crap, I just want to be able to drive this dumb thing. Ah! Stay tuned. It is now the next day. The next day. This showed up at 10 o'clock. I ordered this at like 12 o'clock yesterday. Yeah. Lunch break. We're having hoagies and drive shafts for lunch. So this showed up. I got it pushed on the right one. I made sure I put it on the right end because that would have sucked. And I got my 3/4 by 7/8 bar welded fast like you're supposed to do. And she's gonna slip right on there. Be nice and pretty full. Oh man, I should have put the grease fitting on the other side. Oh well, not a big deal. So, yeah, all I got to do now is put this U-joint in and put the other yoke on, put it in, measure how long this needs to be, cut it off where it needs to be, and bolt her all in and take it for a test drive. Awesome. Okay, boys and girls, the drive shaft is in. It is in. It is successfully in. I stole the key out of the Honda. Okay, it is going to crank. So let's go over here and we'll turn the fuel on. It is on. And we'll give her, what the hell? Give her some choke. Throttle, we don't want quite full rabbit. Give her a little. And let's see what's happened here. This is the first start this engine has ever had. Yes, I did make sure that there's oil in it. I just put oil in it. So, I greased the drive line. Let's see what happens here. Choke. Off maybe. Wow. Look at that. Uh-oh. Running. And really not vibrating at all that much. Alright. First time this has moved under its own power in a little while. Oh yeah. Oh, ran over something. Alright, I'm going to get this outside before it smokes the shop up, and then we'll go for a snowy test drive. Stay tuned. Alright kids, we're breaking the engine in on the first test drive. No normal smoke, nothing funny, no strange noises. Look at that! Yeah! You know? Really vibrate much at all. I mean, not any more than you'd expect a normal Cub to. So, let's take her for a drive. Whee! Romping through the snow in my Predator powered, well, my buddy's Predator powered Cub Cadet. Don't have much control because it's slippery. Whee! Alright kids, this is awesome. Won't want to get your pecker caught in that thing. Yeah buddy. Let's go this way. Oh, bump. Lots of projects. Yippee! Alright kids, I'm going to keep going on this test drive, and when we get her back in the shop, we'll get back to you. Wow, bald tires don't steer, imagine that. Ah, shit. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, well, that's going to be a wrap on this video. That was the hard part, getting the drive shaft in, and now it's in, and it works. It's awesome. So, I think we're gonna hold off on recording the progress on this for a little while, because I'm down to like the piddly little stuff like wiring, making the hood and stuff fit, and well, we'll get into that. But there's a little bit of progress I want to make on this that I'm not going to record, so I can just get it done. But we'll keep you up to date on this. Alright guys, thanks for watching the Cub Cadet Predator Repower video series, and there will be more to come. Take care.